subsequent to date of acquisition. In this case, you have to compute for the consolidated net income. And the parent is responsible for the consolidation of balance sheet and the income statement. Here you can start from the net income of the parent. Okay. Then you have the net income of the subsidiary. From the net income of the parent, you can deduct the share of the parent in the dividend declared by the subsidiary. Okay? Dividend declared by the subsidiary. Okay? Because for conso net income, okay, hindi naman pwede na they are viewed as one and yung dividend declared by the subsidiary ay dineclare din naman na parent. So, i-eliminate natin. Hindi pwedeng kasama pa rin, no? Yung dividend income sa conso net income. Because it is as if passing or transferring your money from one pocket to another pocket, pero same person pa rin yun or individual. In this case, juridical person, yung parent. Okay? Then, sa net income ni subsidiary, you can add or deduct amortization, which is a result of our SODA X. Okay? The statement of determination and allocation of excess. So we can call out or get from the so-called SODA X the amount of the said amortization. Okay? Then after adding or deducting, okay, the SODA X from the net income of the subsidiary, you can compute for the adjusted net income of the subsidiary. Dito naman sa net income ni parent, pag dineduct mo ang share in the dividend declared by the subsidiary, you will have the so-called net income of the parent from own operations. Okay? Then you have here the adjusted net income of the subsidiary. Okay. So dito, pwede mo nang i-add itong dalawa, no? And this will be your consolidated net income. Okay, so net income of the parent from own operation plus adjusted net income of the subsidiary. Then you have here the consolidated net income. So this is the first scenario. Then normally ang tinatanong dito, how much of the consolidated net income is attributable to the controlling interest and to the non-controlling interest. And to compute the share of the non-controlling, all you have to do is just to multiply the adjusted net income by the percentage of the non-controlling interest. Okay? And ang mako-compute mo dito, okay, the percentage NCI, say for example, 20%. Ang mako-compute mo dyan, yan ang tinatawag nating NC-NIS. Okay? This is the non-controlling interest, okay, in the net income of the subsidiary, which is the same as the so-called NCI in the consolidated net income. Okay? Yung amount dito, i-deduct mo lang. Okay? Dito po, no? So, the consolidated net income will be reduced by NCNIS. Okay? At ang mako-compute natin ay ang tinatawag natin na net income attributable to the parent. Okay. So yung amount naman dito is your net income attributable to the parent, also known as CI-CNI. Okay? So what is CI-CNI? This is the controlling interest in the consolidated net income. So ayan po, no? Okay. this is our format in computing for the consolidated net income, just in case, okay, that there is no intercompany sale of inventory or plant asset. Okay, so ito muna, no? Okay, yan yung first scenario. Okay, next. Just in case na meron po tayong intercompany sale, dagdagan mo lang ito ng RU, RU. Okay? So, RU, RU. Same with this. Okay? RU. Okay? RU. Yan. Okay? So, ano yung RU, RU na yan? Okay? In case na ang sale ay downstream, so you have your plus RPBI, okay, downstream. And you have to deduct UPEI, downstream. Ano ibig sabihin ng RPBI? Realized profit in the beginning inventory downstream. So, ibig sabihin, nabenta na yung beginning inventory, so you can realize the profit. Pero yung ending inventory, since hindi pa nabebenta, you have to deduct or remove from the net income of the parent because for conso purposes, hindi pa siya recognizable as profit. And same with upstream. So, RPBI, okay, upstream. Then minus UPEI, upstream. Ibig sabihin, okay, it is the subsidiary acting as the seller. Subsidiary acting as the seller. Okay? For downstream, it is the parent who acts as the seller. So if downstream, it is the parent who acts as the seller. Okay? So ayan po. Then you have here RGPA, the realized gain on plant asset sale downstream, and minus UGPA, okay, downstream. Then realized gain on plant asset sale downstream. Okay? So, ayan po. Plus natin. I-minus natin. Same with the upstream. RGPA. Upstream if the seller again is the subsidiary, and then minus UGPA. Upstream if the seller is the subsidiary. Okay. So, plus, minus, plus, and minus. Okay. So, ganyan po, no? O, syempre, tanggalin mo na yung consolidated net income muna dito. Kasi hindi pa po natin pwedeng i-add because there are still other adjustments to consider. Okay? Yung tinatawag natin na working paper elimination entries. Okay? So, ayan po, no? Then, pwede mo nang i-add ito, adjusted net income of the parent. Okay? So, adjusted net income of the parent. Itong amount na to, i-add mo. Okay? So, plus, okay, the adjusted net income of the subsidiary. Ayan po, no? Adjusted net income of the subsidiary after effecting the intercompany sale of inventory and plant asset. So you have here equals the consolidated net income. And same process, multiply this by the percentage NCI. Okay, say for example, 20%. Example lang po, ano. Then, you have here the NC NIS. Okay? Or also known as NCI in the conso net income. Okay? So, format muna tayo. Tapos, itong conso net income na ito, share ng non-controlling, i-deduct mo. Okay? So, iakyat mo dito. Ayan po, no? NCI, NIS. At ang makukompute naman, the remaining amount will be your controlling interest in the conso net income or also known as net income attributable to the parent. So, ganyan po, no? This is also known as the net income attributable to the parent. So, yan. Okay? So, that's the format, mga kapatid. And please be guided by this. Okay? Kung tinanong tayo, how much is the controlling interest in the net income of the subsidiary? I-multiply mo lang po ito. Okay? Yung anis, multiply this by the percentage, okay? Controlling interest. Yan po, no? Ang makukompute mo na is the CI, okay? NIS. Iba naman yung tinatawag nating controlling interest in the net income of the subsidiary. Iba po yung CI in the consolidated income. Yan. So pag inad mo tong dalawa, adjusted net income ni parent, ang kay parent lang, at yung share ni parent, okay, controlling sa net income ni subsidiary, this is also known as the CI, okay, conso net income or the net income attributable to the parent. So ganun lang po, no? Shortcut lang natin. Okay, sa quick note natin, okay, mas magandang yung kahon, shortcut na, no? Para madali po natin i-compute yung mga requirements. So yan. So please be guided by this format in answering the requirements for this particular problem or item relative to subsequent to date of acquisition. Okay? So, ayan po, no? The following statement of financial position were prepared for Popoy and Sasha Company on January 1, 2023, just before they entered into business combination. So kung si Sasha, siya ang acquiree or subsidiary, importante dyan yung fair value niya. Okay? You have to determine nag-increase ba or nag-decrease ang book value to fair value in order for you to effect the updating sa SODA-X para sa tinatawag nating amortization. Okay? So, yan po, no? And for Popoy, syempre, at book value lang po tayo dahil siya yung parent. Okay? And on the same day, Popoy purchased 70% common shares outstanding of Sasha for 500,000. This is the consideration transferred. At yung 30% kailangan na nating i-value NCI, whichever is higher, okay, between FV assessed or PSB. If there is no FV assessed, whichever is higher between FV implied or PSB. Otherwise, okay, pag sinabing partial goodwill, then PSB lang po ang gagamitin natin. Okay. On December 31, Popoy and Sasha Company show the result of their own. So i-highlight natin, okay, yung tinatawag nating separate or own operation. So hindi pa included dito ang dividend, okay, income, okay, na galing kay Sasha, declared by the subsidiary. Okay, kung own operation. Pero pag yan ay napalitan ng result, okay, of the uh, operation, okay, including external income or dividend, o di included na yon. Or simply, pag sinabing on December 31, okay, the net income, yan, of Popoy and Sasha. So, impliedly, included yung external. Okay? Yung mga galing sa dividend na income. Okay? So ano bang sabi sa additional information? The fair value. So binigyan tayo ng assessed fair value. We have here 220,000. Okay? Higher kaya ito? Okay, sa PSB. Popoy declared. O si Popoy naman yung nag-declare ng dividends 80,000. Pero si Sasha nag-declare din. Okay? 50,000 and paid. Sabi dito, paid. So merong cash out 50,000. So 50,000 times 0.7, that is 35,000. Okay, 70%. Okay? So that's 35,000. Yung 35,000 ba na ito, na isama na ba dito sa 262? Since ang sabi po ay own operation, hindi pa kasama. Ang tanong, isasama ko ba or hindi? Depende. Kung ang tanong ay separate FS, kailangan mong isama yung 35. Pero pag Conso FS, wag mong isama yung 35. Yan. Yan yung po yung ina-explain natin kanina na as if you're transferring your money from one packet to another packet kung Conso FS ang pinag-uusapan. Kaya kung ito po yung net income ni parent, you have to deduct, okay, the share in the dividend declared by the subsidiary if, okay, it is the net income of the parent. Pero kung own operation, you don't need to deduct kasi hindi naman na siya naisama. Oh, ganun po, ano. So take note of this. And the requirements, how much is the amount of goodwill to be presented in the 2023 Conso FS? How much is the non-controlling interest in the net income of the subsidiary? Consolidated net income attributable to the non-controlling interest. Okay? Parehas lang po itong 18 tsaka 20. How much of the consolidated net income is attributable to the controlling? So hanggang dito, no, yan yung mga usual na tanong. Conso net income, share ng non-controlling, share ng controlling. How much of the amount of NCI, so NCI, NAS naman to, NCNAS, okay, of the subsidiary as of December 31, 2023. Conso RE, kay parent ito, Conso shareholders equity. This is now composed of common stock, APIC, RE, okay, na puro kay parent. Okay? Tsaka mo na dagdagan ng letter N. Yan. Ano yung N? NCNAS. So yung mako-compute mo dito, idadagdag mo lang dito to get the conso-shi. Conso-liab and conso-asset, parents' perspective naman to. Okay? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 questions sa isang problem. Okay? So ngayon, let's proceed sa first requirement, amount of goodwill. So pag in-add natin ito, 160 plus 130, that's 290 plus 400, 690 plus, okay? 200, you have 890. Minus 50, minus 40, that's 800,000. Okay? So 800,000 ang ating fair value net assets. So ito po yun. Okay? So we have here 800,000. Ayan po, no? I-compare natin. Okay? FV assessed. So FV assessed is equivalent to 220,000 versus ayan po, PSB, which is 800,000, FVNA times 30%. That is why 240 po ang higher. Yan ang pinili natin, 240,000. Ito po yun. Okay? So at PSB tayo. So 500 plus 240, you have here 740 minus 800. The result is a bargain purchase or income from acquisition which will be, okay, added in the conso net income because it will be part of the conso retained earnings. And the bargain purchase is only attributable to the controlling interest. Okay? Wala pong share ang non-controlling dyan. Ayan. Okay. So, na-update na natin. So, you have here bargain purchase. You have your fair value. So, let's proceed to the amortization. Okay? So, pwede naman tayong mag-statement of determination and allocation of excess. Okay? As a way in determining yung ating amortization. Okay? So, kagaya po dito, inventory, 100 minus 130, nag-increase ng 30,000. So, the effect is deduction. Building, nag-increase ng 100,000. The effect is deduction. Bakit deduction? Dahil ang book value, okay, siya ay kaibigan, no, ng ating updating. So kung negative po ang effect ng book value, say for example dito po, no, o consideration transferred, o kopyahin na lang po natin to. Yan. Okay? So ilagay mo dito, soda X tayo. Yan. So you have here 500 plus 240, 740. Yan. Okay, soda X tayo. So instead of deducting the fair value, book value net asset muna. Okay? Of subsidiary ang i-deduct mo. Yan. Okay? Eh yung book value net asset natin, ito po yun, ano? 160 plus 100, 260 plus 300, 560. Okay? Plus 200, 810. Okay? Minus 90. So that is 720. Okay, 720. So it shows na meron tayong negative. Okay? Negative na allocated excess. Okay? So allocated excess. This is negative 20,000. Okay, saan mapupunta yung negative 20? So increase. Increase in inventory. Okay? And the increase in inventory, since negative po yung effect ng book value net asset, abay, para maging updated yung book sa fair, kasamahan niya, kaibigan niya, yung book. So minus ang effect ng decrease, 30. Okay? Next, increase na naman. So susundan niya yung sign ng book value. Increase in building. Okay? So you have here another minus 100,000. Ayan po, ano? And yung decrease in equipment, okay? Siyempre, pag nag-decrease, bawas, ano? Pero binabawasan nyo yung pambawas, kaya magiging plus. So, minus negative will become positive. Ayan, okay? So, you have here 50,000. Okay? So, ano yung magiging effect natin ngayon? So, pang-check mo lang dapat kung ano yung result ng goodwill natin or bargain purchase. Yun din yung sagot. So, you have 20 minus 30. Okay? So, that is equivalent to 50 minus 100. So, that is negative 150 minus 50. Okay? So, negative 50 dapat. Paki-check nga natin kung magkano yung book value. Okay, double check lang natin. So, you have here 160 plus 100, 260 plus 300. Okay, that is 560. Okay? And then plus 250, 810. Ayan. So we have here 720. Okay, 810 minus 90. So you have 720. So ayan po, no? Okay, so 740 minus 720. This is positive 20. And allocated excess of positive 20,000. Okay. So ngayon, 20 minus 30, that's negative 10, minus 100, that's negative 110, plus 50, so this is negative 60,000. So parehas lang, okay? So ayan po, no? So the result ng ating combination ay income from okay, from acquisition, okay? Or bargain purchase. Ayan. Ang kagandahan nito, i-divide mo lang po ito. Divide this by useful life, 1 year. So you have here negative 30,000. Okay? Divide this by the useful life, 5 years. Siyempre, pag inventory within the year kasi mabebenta na yan. Okay? Divide this by useful life. Okay? Another 5 years. Okay? Kaya ang sagot naman natin dito is positive 10,000. So, yan na yung amortization natin. So, every year. So, next year, zero ito. Ito naman, okay, next year, meron siyang 20,000. Okay? Ito naman, next year, meron siyang 10,000. And so on. Okay, for 5 years. Kaya ang pinaka-net natin, okay, so 30 plus 20, this is 40,000 sa first year na amortization. Dito naman sa next year, negative 10,000 hanggang fifth year na yan. Okay, so ito na yung amortization natin. Okay, which is Okay, amortization, which is added or deducted sa net income ni subsidiary. So, ganyan po mga kapatid, no? 40 and then 10. Okay. So, we have here 30, okay, plus 20. Okay, so that's 50. Negative yan, ano? Minus 10 or plus 10 na positive. Should be 40,000. Ayan, 40,000. And dito naman, we have here negative 10,000. Okay. So, ngayon, just to illustrate, mga kapatid, yung mga working paper elimination entries, this is to eliminate shareholders' equity of the subsidiary. So, debit common stock, APIC RE, tapos hatiin mo lang 70/30, ISCO at saka NCNAS. So, sineset up mo na ang tinatawag nating non-controlling interest in the net asset of the subsidiary. Technically, itong NCNAS na ito, pag inad mo po lahat, no, pati itong updating. Yan. So, 216 plus 24, that is 240. Okay? So, ang beginning NCNAS mo, ito din yon. Ito din yon. Yan. So, kahit hindi kayo mag-working paper elimination entry, nandito sa SODA X, yung mga working paper elimination entry. Yung income from acquisition na 60, ito din po yan. Yan. Okay? Yung book value naman, ito yung book value, net asset. Okay? 200 plus 470, 670 plus 50, that is the 720. Yan. Okay? Yung ISCO, 504 plus 56, okay? That is equivalent to 500, 500, magkano yan? 60 minus 60, kasi dinebit mo, yan naman yung consideration transferred. Ito siya, 500,000. O, di ba? Nasa SODA X lang din. So, kahit hindi ka na mag-working paper elimination entry, basta tumama ka sa SODA X, okay? Good ka na doon. Ayan. The amount of income from acquisition shall be added in computing the consolidated net income. So, ayan po yung note natin for the income from acquisition. And then to set up amortization of excess, ito po yung mga 30,000. Kaya pala deduction, sir. Yung inventory kasi naka-debit cost of goods sold. Yes. Tapos pati din po yung 20,000 debit depreciation expense, credit building. Yes, so 50 deduction yan. Okay, pero sir, akala ko ba 40,000 yung amortization? Eh, meron ka pang isa. Okay? Binabawasan mo yung depreciation expense. Ayan po, no? Kasi decreasing yung equipment natin. So, 40,000 ang for the first year. Pero pagdating ng second year, syempre wala na to. Wala na yung cost of goods sold. Itong dalawa na lang. Depreciation expense at for the building and depreciation expense for the equipment. So, you can forego setting up working paper elimination entry number 4 kung nagawa mo na to. Okay? Yung sa Soda X. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, Soda X. And then pagdating sa dividend declaration, okay, nabayaran din po, no? Since the dividend declared by the subsidiary was paid during the same year, there is no need to set up elimination entry. Okay? Dahil yung dividend payable, i-debit mo rin, dividend receivable, i-credit mo. Pero kailangan mong i-eliminate. Ayan. So meron po tayong adjustment saan? Sa NCNAS. Okay? At pati din po sa net income ni parent. So 50,000 times 30%, that is 15,000. Tapos ito naman, 50,000 times 70%, okay? Yan naman po ang adjustment, 35,000 sa net income ni parent. Okay? And then you have here to close the net non-controlling interest in the net income of the subsidiary to NCNAS. Teka lang, paano po ba kinocompute yung NCNIS or the non-controlling interest in the net income of the subsidiary? Ito po yung, kumbaga, kukunin natin sa consolidated net income. Okay? So, net income of subsidiary minus 40,000 amortization, that's 160 times 30%, so that's 48,000. Okay. Before we proceed, no, doon sa NCNAS computation, paano po ba kasi kinonsolidate ang net income? So you have here the formula. Okay? Nandito naman po, ano? Yan po yung pababa, no? Pero if we're going to use yung diniscuss natin kanina, okay, gamitin muna natin to. Ayan po, no? Okay. So, yan. Yes, sir, wala naman po tayong uh, RU. O, disimplihan lang natin. Okay? So, magkano po ba ang net income? Yan, net income ni parent. Sir, ang binigay sa problem ay from own operations. So, yung sheets natin na na-compute, ano ulit yung sheets? That is the share in the dividend declared by the subsidiary. So, that's 35,000. Ang presumption, syempre, kung own operation na yung binigay, you have here the net income of the parent from own operation, 262,500. Ito po yun, ano? Yan, ito yun. Yung kay subsidiary naman is 200,000. So, i-plot mo lang dito, mga kapatid. Okay? So, pwede mong i-work back yan, pwedeng wag na rin. Okay? So, you have here 200,000. And then, nandito na yung amortization. Eh, sir, minus po ang amortization natin. O, magkano? 40,000. Elimination entry number 4. Elimination entry number 5, 35,000. Just in case lang natanungin, magkano ba talaga ang net income ni parent? Okay? So, 262,500 plus 35, this is 297,500. Okay? So, 297,500. And po, just in case lang, no, na ipa-work back. Oh. Or baliktad natin, ito yung given, bawasan mo ng 35, so that is 262,500. Yan. So the adjusted net income of the subsidiary is equivalent to 160,000. Wala namang RU kaya pwede ka na mag-plus. Okay, so the consolidated net income now is equivalent to 422,500. Ayan po, no? This is the conso net income. Ngayon, sa format natin kanina, i-multiply mo lang yung anis. Just multiply this by the percentage NCI. And this is 30%. Okay? At yan na din po yung ating NCNI. So 30% of 160, that's 48,000. Okay? So this is your NCNIs. Yan. Okay? Actually, ito din po yun. Ano? Yan. Ito din siya. Ayan po, 160 times 30%. Pero sa format natin, sa ating quick note, at least diretso, no? Yung computation. So, this is your NIAP, okay? Na hindi mo na kailangan pa i-compute dyan sa dulo. Dahil pag dinidak mo na lang po ang NCNIS, equivalent to 48,000, lahat ng matitira. So, 422, okay? 422,500 minus 48,000 ay para kay, okay? Para kay controlling. Ayan po, no? So you have here 422,500 minus 48,000. Lahat yan para kay controlling. Ngayon, kung goodwill ang result, ganyan na yung format natin. Okay? However, meron tayong tinatawag na bargain purchase or income from acquisition. Okay? So, next format, in addition to our discussion a while ago, okay, kapag may income from acquisition, yan po, no? In this case, kay parent lang yan, 60,000. Saan galing yan, sir? Ito. Ito yun. Yan. Okay? Yan po, no? 60,000. So, in this case, yung 60,000 na yan, idadagdag mo. Okay, sir, will it be included in the consonant income? Yes. Kasi part yan eh. So, lagay ko ngayon dito. Okay? So, 422. And then you have here 60,000. So, mag-a-adjust ang aking consonant income. So, hindi na po ito consonant income. Okay? Na 422. Magiging 482,000 na. Hindi na po 422. Idadagdag mo na yung 60,000. Okay? Ngayon, just to complete. Oh, just to complete. Kasi tatanggalin ko na to. Ano? Tapos mag-a-adjust na tayo dito. Okay? Magiging 482,000 na ito. Okay? Ngayon, sir, pag inad ko ba ito, 482, yan na po ba yung consonant income? 482,500? Yes, sa problem na ito. Okay? So meron ka ditong bargain purchase na naidagdag. So ito, this is the consonant income before. Okay? Bargain purchase or impairment loss. Ano ibig sabihin yan, sir? Possible kasi na ang result po ng operation or combination, I should say, is income from acquisition, kaya plus bargain purchase. And possible din na ang result ay goodwill. So pwedeng minus ka naman dito ng impairment loss if the goodwill for the year ay impaired. So ayan po ano. So pwedeng say for example, ang sinabi sa problem, yung goodwill kunyari 60,000, 10% impaired, o di minus 6,000 ka dyan. Ganyan po. So mag-a-adjust ka na. So that this is now the consolidated net income after bargain purchase or impairment loss. Ayan. Okay? So, ganyan po, no? Pero pag tinanong kayo, how much is the consolidated net income? Syempre, ang presumption, affected na yung any bargain purchase or impairment loss. So, our answer will be 482,500. Ayan po. Anong pagkakaiba niyan, sir, sa impairment loss? Ang bargain purchase kasi, para lang kay parent. So, dito lang sa column ni parent yan. Okay? Kung sakali na ang result ay goodwill at full goodwill, so meron siyang share. Share sa impairment loss. Ayan. I call this as she loss. Sino yung may share? Si parent. Okay? At meron din pong share itong si subsidiary. If full goodwill. Ayan. Okay, kaya nga full may hatian ng goodwill eh. May goodwill si parent, may goodwill si uh, non-controlling interest. Ayan, okay? So may share in the loss. Pero kapag partial goodwill, wala pong share sa loss itong si subsidiary. Okay, but in this case hindi naman po impairment loss ang pinag-uusapan, kung hindi bargain purchase. Okay. Okay, so yan po yung format natin, ano? Sundan lang po muna natin yung nasa problem. Ayan. Ngayon, okay. So, 482 minus 48,000, this is now equivalent to how much? Okay. 434,500. Ayan. So, ito naman yung net income attributable to the parent or controlling interest in the consolidated net income, which is the same. Parehas lang po. Dito. Okay. At parehas lang din po yung 48,000 dito. Ayan po ano. Ayan. Now, just in case, mga kapatid, okay? Kunyari lang, burahin ko po ito. Ayan. Ang result po, say for example, kunyari lang po, ay impairment loss. Okay. So, you have two options. Okay. If the impairment loss is partial goodwill, pwede ka nang mag-deduct dito ng impairment loss. Dito sa baba ng before. Okay. So, yan. So, say for example, sample lang, ang impairment loss natin ay 6,000 as mentioned kanina. Kunyari lang. So, minus 6,000. Okay? So, this is now 416,200, 500. Okay? Ngayon, itong impairment loss na ito, kung full goodwill, okay, dapat hatiin mo to based on share based on goodwill ratio. Okay? So, magkano ba ang goodwill natin dito? In this case kasi 70-30 eh. Kung ang result ay goodwill. Okay? 70-30. Okay? Pero possible kasi na hindi 70-30 yan kung may assessed fair value. Okay? So, lagyan ko lang ng asterisk goodwill ratio. Kung magkano ang goodwill na attributable kay parent, kunyari, ang goodwill na attributable sa kanya ay 75%, kay non-controlling naman, 25%, o yan yung hatian. Kahit na 70-30 ang ownership, hindi laging 70-30. Sir, anong gagawin ko dyan? For simplicity, gawin natin 60 na lang ito tsaka 40. Ayan. Kunyari lang this is just an assumption. So 60% of 6,000, dito mo i-deduct impairment loss. Okay? So this is 3,600. Okay? Dito mo naman din i-deduct ang impairment loss. This is what we call again as SHILOS, share in the impairment loss. Okay? So 40% of 6,000, this is equivalent to 2,400. Okay? So ganyan po. Okay? So ang magiging sagot na natin, just in case mga kapatid, i-deduct mo to. So the adjusted non-controlling interest na, no? Adjusted NCNIS will be equivalent to 45,600. So ano gusto mong i-point out, sir? Huwag mong i-deduct dito. Okay? Kasi kung dito mo dineduct, discussion lang po, assumption lang natin, dito mo dineduct 2,400. Okay? Example lang po. Abay, madodoble po. Na-multiply mo na yung 40 sa 6,000, i-multiply mo pa ulit ng 30. So, madodouble na po yung multiplication ng NCI. Ganyan po, ano. E di mas lalo na, sir, kung 70-30 ito, yes. Para lang mas ma-illustrate natin, 30% of 6,000, 1,800. Yan po, ano. So, hindi dapat dito sa taas i-deduct yung share. So, 160 minus 118, tsaka mo na naman i-30%, mamamali na tayo sa adjusted net income. Okay? Adjusted NCI in the net income of the subsidiary. So, wag dyan. Okay? Tanggalin mo dyan. Okay? So, ayan po, ano. Dito mo sa baba ilagay. So, kung going back to 60-40, okay, the goodwill ratio, that is 2,400, that's 45,600. At itong 45,600, yan naman ang ide-deduct mo nandito. Ayan. 45,600. Okay? So, 416,500 minus, okay, minus 45,600. 370 na to. Hindi na 434. 370, okay, 900. Ayan po mga kapatid. Okay, diniscuss natin kung ang result po ay full goodwill. Okay, full goodwill. Pero kung ang result po ay partial goodwill, in this case, for example, PSB, partial goodwill, abay ganito po, no? Kung partial, para sa kanya lang, okay, if partial goodwill, edi yung impairment loss na 6,000 mga kapatid, i-deduct mo pa rin. Pero wala ka ng share dito. Yan, zero. Kaya 48,000 pa rin to. Okay? So, yan po, ano? Tapos yung buong 6,000, dito mo ilalagay. Sa column lang ni, yan, column lang ni uh, parent. Ganyan lang po mga kapatid, no? Okay? So, take note of this. So, dito, minus ka naman ng 48,000. Kung full goodwill, full goodwill. Yan, bawasan mo ng 48,000. Then, 416,500. Okay? Minus 48,000. 368 naman. Ito. Okay? 368,500. Yan po. At least na-illustrate na natin kung impairment loss ang result. Okay? Going back. Tanggalin ko to. Hindi na po siya uh, goodwill impaired, but it's a bargain purchase. So going back, so you have your bargain purchase. Wala pong sharing dyan. Wala pong bargain purchase sharing. Kasi ang bargain purchase para lang kay, okay, controlling interest. So this is now 482,500 minus 48. Then going back, this is 434,500. So ayan po mga kapatid, ano? Okay, 434,500. Okay. Tanggalin ko na impairment loss. Ayan po. Technically, ayan po yung discussion natin kanina kung paano mag-compute ng conso net income. Okay? Using our quick note, NIP minus sheets, NIP OO, own operation, NIS plus minus amortization, adjusted net income ng subsidiary, idagdag mo lang conso net income before bargain purchase. Then plus bargain purchase, then you have, okay, the consolidated net income after bargain purchase 482,500 minus NCNIS 434,500. That's your net income attributable to the parent. Okay, so ganyan po ano. Sir, anong silbi nitong NCNIS to NCNAS na 48? Okay. Ito po kasing 48,000 na ito, syempre hindi po kasama sa Conso RE yan. Pero isasama mo yan sa NCNAS. Kaya ikino-close sa number 6. NCNIS to NCNAS. Hindi po ba sabi ko kanina, okay, ang ating beginning NCI, kahit i-forgo mo na, no? I-forgo mo na ang elimination entry 1, 2, 3, 240, whichever is higher. Pero itong 240 na to, as nag-ooperate po yung business, okay, syempre nadadagdagan din yung share ng mga non-controlling dyan. So 240 plus itong 48,000 na to dahil sa entry na to, magiging 288. Kaya ang NCNAS naman natin, okay, ito yun, no? Yan. 240 plus 48 at meron din pong share in the dividend declared by the subsidiary, 15. Okay, so you have here, ito yun, elimination entry number 5. Yan. Okay, so dagdag sa NCNIS, bawas sa dividend, SHIDS. Ganun po, no? Is equivalent to NCNAS. Ayan, so you have here, nagkano to? Okay, this is 2023. Okay, so 273 ang magiging sagot natin sa NC NAS ending balance. So tuloy mo lang din pagdating sa 2024 plus ulit ng NCNIS, okay? And then minus ulit ng SHIDS. Ayan po, no? And this will be equivalent to your okay, NCNAS 2024. Ganun lang po ang format ng NCNAS. So nag-accumulate kapag may NCNIS, nababawasan kapag may share in the dividend declared by the subsidiary. So ano yung mga sagot natin? 48, 434, 500, 273. And Conso RE. Ang Conso RE para lang kay parent. Kaya i-highlight ko dito RE of the parent. Sir, hindi natin idadagdag yung RE ni subsidiary. Hindi. Okay? So 825 lang. Bakit hindi dinagdag yung RE ni subsidiary? Dahil sa elimination entry number 1 pa lang mga kapatid, ito po yon. Yung RE ni subsidiary, dinebit mo na. So yung 470, wag mong idagdag. Yan. So yung Conso RE, okay? Kung ang NCNIS ay napupunta sa NCNAS, ito yon. Yan po ano. NCNIS napupunta sa NCNAS. Itong NIAP naman na 434,500 mapupunta naman po dito. Okay? Sa ating consolidated retained earnings. Ayan. So doon naman siya kino-close. At lahat ng Conso RE kay parent lang. Okay? Kay parent lang. Ang hindi kay parent napupunta sa NC NAS. Okay. Tapos yung dineclare ni parent, I should say, na 80,000, sa kanya lang yan. Bawas lang dyan. Kasi yung dineclare ni subsidiary, hinahati na natin. 30% na pupunta kay Encinas. Okay? 70% na pupunta kay NIAP. Yan, nandito na po yung effect na bawas na dyan. Okay? So our answer with regard to consonant income, 482,500. Okay? NCNIS, 48,000. Okay? NIAP or controlling interest in the consonant income, 434,500. At pagdating ng Conso RE, ito naman siya. Okay? Ayan. So you have 825 plus 434,500 minus 80,000, 1179 o 1179,500. That's our consolidated retained earnings. Now let's proceed to consolidated liability. So sa consolayab naman, extend ko lang po ito, no? You have here liability of the parent at book value. So 470, okay? 470 plus 750, so that's 1,200,000. Liability of subsidiary at fair value, okay? Kasi in-update na natin 50 plus 40, that's 90. Dividend declared by the parent, you have here debit RE, credit dividends payable. Hindi pa nabayaran, so wag mong bawasan. Ayan. Dividend declared by subsidiary, debit RE, credit dividends payable. Bayad na, kaya bawasan mo ng buo. Ayan, 50,000. Kaya ang consolidated liability, 1,370. Ayan po ano. Okay? That is for the conso-layab. Ngayon, may assumption dito, just in case lang po, nang sinabi sa problem, hindi pa bayad yung dividend na dineclare ni subsidiary. Kunyari, since the dividend declared by subsidiary was paid the same year, no need to deduct the elimination entry for the share in the dividend declared by the subsidiary. However, if it will be paid next year, di existing pa po yung dividend receivable tsaka dividend payable, the working paper elimination entry shall be affected. So, ang ide-deduct natin mga kapatid dito, instead, no, na zero, okay, you have here 35,000. Dividend declared by subsidiary. So, lagyan ko ng asterisk ito. Ayan po, naka-asterisk naman. So, minus ka dito ng 35,000. Ayan, okay? So, tanggalin mo yan, 35,000. Kung sakali na next year, if next year ang payment. Okay? So, debit dividends payable, credit dividends receivable. Okay? So, magkaka-effect din ulit siya sa asset. Sa conso asset natin, mababawasan din kung next year pa ang bayaran. Okay? So, ang sagot mo na ngayon dito is 1,335 just in case po na next year pa ang payment. Yan, okay? So, clear tayo dyan, class, ha? E di ganun din po dito, mababawasan. Okay? Now, for consolidated shareholders' equity, yan po yung sinasabi kong Karen. Common stock, okay? PIC, okay? RE, ayan. So, 750, yung na-compute mong 1,179,500 at yung na-compute mong NCNAS, okay? Karen, okay? Ayan po, 273,000. So, pag inad natin, our conso, she is equivalent to okay, 2,352,500. And then yung consolayab, since next year pa yung bayaran ng dividend, so 1,370 ang gamitin natin. Ito po yun. Okay? Then pag inad natin yan, 3,722,500. So yan po ang ating consolidated asset. Okay? So this is for the subsequent to date of acquisition. Okay? Conso net income computation. Okay? Without intercompany sale of inventory or plant asset. So this is for problem letter B. So our answer, how much is the amount of goodwill or income from acquisition? This is equivalent to 60,000. Okay. Bargain purchase or income from acquisition. Non-controlling interest in the net income of subsidiary, this is 48,000. Okay. Consolidated net income, 482,500. Consolidated net income attributable to the non-controlling interest, same 48,000. Consolidated net income attributable to controlling, 434,000. Okay, 500. Okay? How much is the NCNAS? 273,000. So kahit hanggang dito, class, no? This is the usual. Okay, these are the usual questions, no, sa problem na ganito. Yan. Consolidated retained earnings. So we have computed kanina 800,000, 25,000 plus 434 plus minus 80,000, that's 1,179,500. So ilagay ko lang dito, 11, okay? So this is 1,179,500. Yan po. Pwede nga umabot sa consolidated shareholders equity, okay? And syempre, idagdag mo lang naman yung liability to get the conso asset. At ito na po yung mga sagot natin, okay? With regard to conso liability, ito po yun, 1,370. Conso asset, 372,500. And consolidated shareholders equity, 2,352,500. All you have to do is just to add common stock, conso, PIC, conso, RE, conso, and NC-NAS. Okay, so with this, we end our discussion with regard to consolidated net income computation before, okay, uh, intercompany, okay, sale of inventory or plant asset.